Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Welcome to another episode of Rage Across the Dreamin' New York style. Uh, in this scene, Alonna's contacted Miss Savannah about getting back her stuffed animal from the other night. She called her and said she'll be there in like an hour and a half after making arrangements of where it was. And at this point, Alonna's arrived at the apartment and she's knocking on the door.
Savannah has made it home by now and changed her clothes and taken a shower from what she perceives to have happened the night before. And woohoo, she will be able to truth. Um, and she hears the knock on the door and she opens it.
Alonna!
Alonna.
Hello there. Glad I found the right place.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. And she opens the door farther to allow her in. And as you walk into the apartment, it opens into the living room where there is a couch and a coffee table and a TV and a large cat tree. It's like a jungle gym, actually, for a cat. Numerous cat toys um, strewn about. Other than that, it's pretty clean. There's no like other stuff on the floor besides cat toys. Um, so yeah.
You have a cat, I see.
Something like that.
And Alana kind of looks over at you. You can see the curiosity in her eyes, but she doesn't say anything.
The cat doesn't come around very often, but stuff's here when it does.
I see. Thank you for working with Valeria to hold on to that for me, the stuffed animal.
Oh, uh, sure. Um, where did you get it?
From the game that was spurting human blood out of everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Valeria told me to stay away from there. I was gonna go.
I'm glad you didn't. It wasn't a safe place. I'd hate to see you get tangled up in what happened.
Right. Well, here it is, and you see it. It's standing in a corner of the living room.
Lana walks over to it, almost reluctantly picking it up. Hi, thank you.
That's some werewolf. Huh.
And she holds it up and kind of looks at it, how cheesy and unrealistic it is. I suppose it'll work for somebody that wants something akin to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty big though. She looks up at it.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put it.
So, did you have a good Samhain?
You almost see her human ear twitch a little at that. Hi. For me, it was mostly quiet. Most of the excitement was beforehand.
Yeah. What excitement.
Oh, the party. And she kind of glances over at you. She's looking at your eyes. Uh,
Um, her eyes just kind of, you know how sometimes a cat's eyes will kind of dilate and undilate, within a few seconds. Hers are kind of doing that, and if she notices also, her nose is twitching almost like her nostrils are flaring like a cat would smell. Um, she's almost, yeah,
5 successes, I say she notices.
yeah, she notices. And she'll also notice some other subtle cat-like movements uh, that Savannah does.
She doesn't pick up the werewolf. She just stands it and turns to face Savannah. So I heard tell that there's folk in the city. They're they're not quite. What's the word? Human, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Um, I heard something about that too, actually. Uh, Summer, I think yeah, Summer, that's her name, said something about werewolves.
And you see, let me roll manipulation subterfuge. No, I don't have a huge pool for that. I think it's only 4. How did that window get closed? I didn't say close that tab. Okay. Open Sesame Street. It was. Oh, oh dear oh me. She looks almost a little freaked out when you say that. Do you know some?
She notices this and her eyes get wide. Do you know some?
Werewolves don't exist, last. They're just make believe. Them
Yeah,
and fairies and
totally peeing that. Yeah, 3 successes.
you beat Matu. She says they're totally fake, like werewolves and fairies and vampires and stuff.
Oh, yes, of course they are. Yeah, silly me. Uh, um, well, hypothetically, if they did exist, um, well, I don't remember. Last night was very hazy, but I think that I ended up at a haunted house, and there might have been one or two there. Hypothetically, of course. One of them, well, whether she is or not, she was big, according to Summer, like very, very tall and buff. I don't, like I said, it's very hazy, so I don't know. I don't remember, but that's from what Summer told me. I think that I might have had too much to drink last night. That could be why I don't remember much.
A big girl. Anything special about her? Any distinguishing marks? Something like that?
Um, I I wouldn't. I don't know. Like I said, it was very hazy last night, but she was very tall, like taller than the average man, I think.
Well, in that case, if you can see Alana's kind of like mulling over things in her head, almost forming words on her lips, but not quite actually making any.
Savannah cocks her head like a cat would. and just kind of leans in. What?
Just thinking, my dear. Well, if this hypothetical question happened, if there were werewolves, which there aren't, I'm telling you.
Of course. There are no werewolves, there are no fairies, there are no vampires, there aren't anything like that. We're just all normal humans.
She's gonna touch her nose and then touch your nose.
She cocks her head.
As long as you understand that, well, if such things were possible, which we've agreed they're not, aye?
Yes, of course.
Well then, if such a thing were possible, one might know where they could find them. Though I wouldn't recommend going there to find them because they're not very social.
Well, I know that I've been instructed to not go to Central Park.
And why is that? Let me see if she could even hide this grin.
I'm gonna roll perception alertness to catch that. Yeah, you're not hiding shit from me.
And why is that? A slight grin on her face.
Not entirely sure. I think that there's an influx of homeless people there, and it's just dangerous, so I've been told not to go. You know, I'm just a poor little actress, and I can't fend for myself, so I should stay away from dangerous places.
This is P&E, and I failed.
Okay. I will roll manipulation subterfuge, even though I cannot launch.
You're muted, so.
I will roll manipulation subterfuge just in case I do fail, but I can't botch, so. Let's see. Manipulation is. Oh, right. So manipulation is 4, and I have conjure of facts. So subterfuge 3. So. Yep. You're believing everything.
Influx of homeless. Alright. She looks irritated now.
What's the matter?
Nothing, my dear. Nothing at all. Just homeless in the park, I suppose.
Her face falls a little bit. Like, she didn't mean to hurt her feelings. She just was making some shit up. So you can roll for that if you'd like.
Yeah, the insightful count?
Yes.
Makes it 6.
Yeah, you're gonna see guilt and like an apologetic look come across her face, and a little bit of maybe shame, guilt. Like she did not mean to hurt Alana's feelings at all. So you're going to see a lot of that on her face as her face falls.
I wouldn't call them homeless people if I were you.
Then tell me what I should call them. Well, the next time I tell people why, let me know what I should say.
It's not heard a name that I particularly like so far, but if such people existed, the best name I've heard so far is a park people.
Savannah nods. Maybe I should just say that there's a wild animal population that needs to be left alone, and it's dangerous to go there any time of the day.
They're not that wild. Not all of them. And there's almost a very animalistic grin on her face at the moment.
Savannah will give back almost the same type of grin. Um, and she kind of, well, almost, she'll scratch at her head, almost as if she has an ear where a cat would have its ears. And she takes her fingers and kind of scratches, almost like absentmindedly, like she doesn't even realize she's doing it.
Helps if you actually hit behind your ear.
Yeah, well, that's actually a very good spot for me to scratch.
If that's what makes you happy, who might have stopped you?
Okay, hope I didn't offend you. I wasn't. That wasn't my intention. I'm sorry.
Just caught me a bit off guard. I wasn't expecting something like that.
Sometimes I get a bit carried away.
And so, if all these werewolves and fairies and vampires and such existed, where do you think you would fall into that grand scheme of things? Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Hypothetically, why don't you tell me what you think I am?
What do I think? Well, I hope and pray you're not a vampire. Because then, well, if I was some sort of not vampire thing, I'd probably feel the need to kill you.
Savannah takes a look out her window at the sun bearing down. Well, if the myths and legends are true, I dare say that if I were a vampire that I would not be awake right now, and I definitely wouldn't be able to go outside. No, it's not. Is it? Well, you never specified what time of day it is. Okay, then take all that back. You never specified what time of day. I assumed it was late afternoon. Okay. So, viewers, it is not during the day, it is at night, and there is no sun shining outside. Although Savannah could still say that because she's Puka. However, she will not. She will say, though, however, well, I've been out in the sun today. So if the myths and legends are true, I think that I would not be here right now if I had done that. If I were one of those things.
Well then, that definitely narrows down the list. Are you Harry Potter?
Harry Potter? No, I don't know. I could be a wizard. That would be fun. I mean, I can be whoever you want me to be.
Alonna raises an eyebrow at that.
There is this mischievous grin on her face after she said that.
So if you're not a Harry Potter, and you're not a blood-soaking leech, and I'm assuming you're not a werewolf, because we all know that they don't exist, that would make you a fairy of folk.
Well, I'm very flattered that you would think so. But I'm not. I'm just a normal human.
Aye, of course. Just a normal human, just like me.
Hmm. Exactly. Although I do enjoy the stories of fairies. They are inspiring.
Aye, quite scintillating.
So, how long have you been in New York City?
I'm about 12 and a half hours shy of 7 days.
Wow. Okay. So, wow. Do you like theater?
Like the picture movies.
No, like live performance.
Aye, a live performance I can enjoy.
Well, the next time I get cast in a show, would you like to come see it?
You're an actress.
Am I? She gives sort of a wicked grin.
Peony to try and what the she's got a very confused look. You just invited her when you get cast again, and then you're like, am I? She's like, wait, did I misunderstand something?
Oh dear. Oh, yes, I am an actress. And, uh, would you like to come see my next show?
Aye, that'd be grand.
Awesome. I have some auditions coming up, so I will let you know. Hopefully, I will get cast. I'm sure I will. I'm pretty good.
You're keeping me guessing, and that's quite a feat. So I'd say you have to have some skill at it.
She smiles broadly uh, and gives a curtsy. Um, she's wearing a shin length skirt and a nice top that covers everything. She's and long sleeve. It's long sleeve too, so she's covering as much of her body as possible. But she gives Alonna a low curtsy and in a very dramatic fashion.
Aye, I think it might be fun to come to your show then. So, back to some hypothetical questions then.
Like what?
Like, if there really are, if you really, and she's kind of getting quiet, she actually takes like a step closer to narrow the distance as she quiets her voice. If you were a fairy, do you have rules about keeping your secrets?
For the most part. I mean, hypothetically, if I were, but I'm not, I would think that they would not want their existence known to just everyone. There would have to be very special people uh, that are not other fairies that would be on the know. Hypothetically, if I was one, but I'm not.
And she takes a half a step closer. And if werewolves existed, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you about it. And she gives you a wink.
Of course not. Just like, if, if fairies existed, I wouldn't really be allowed to tell you about it either. Though, there are ways you could figure stuff out. I think. I don't know. Maybe.
And she makes a little gesture pointing at her eyes, and your eyes.
She gets a smile across her face and a slight nod.
So Valeria isn't one either.
Oh no, she totally is one.
Rolling peony. She's like, wait a second. This woman is confusing. What does she get off the peony? Is she being honest or?
No. No. You can tell that she means the opposite of what she says.
She's not then. I see. Interesting. Are there many others?
Maybe. You'll have to find out.
Oh, don't worry. When I'm walking the city, I'm always watching for eyes.
Contacts.
Right. I just like to wear a fur coat because they're pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Fur is very pretty, especially black fur, wouldn't you agree?
Let's try not to grin at that. Yeah, she's got a grin. She's got a shit-eating grin when you say black fur.
Oh. You too, huh?
Only if I dreamed I was, which I'm not.
Well, if you ever see a strange big black cat roaming around wherever you frequent, maybe if you happen to come to, oh, I don't know, Angerona, give it a pet, would you?
I'll keep that in mind.
It really likes attention. It hangs around there sometimes. It likes to play.
I tell you to be friendly to the big black wolf, but you should never run into one of those in the city. Oh,
Well, hopefully not. I mean, we wouldn't want you getting captured by, oh, I don't know, wildlife control, if that's even a thing in the city, I'm not sure. But I know that there's a zoo around, so I'm sure that there are people that, yeah, you want to be careful.
mention of the zoo makes her jaw clench. And she failed her minip sub, so.
When Savannah says zoo, there's a certain amount of disdain in her voice. Yeah. I feel the same way you do. And she's being. That is a truth that she is saying.
Trying to get it to unmute. It didn't want to unclick the button. You know, I really don't have anywhere to put that wolf. Stuffed one. Would you like to keep it?
Savannah gets a smile across her face. Well, I wouldn't want it to be homeless.
Nay. No one should ever be homeless. And there's a bit of sadness in that.
I'm in a peony. Two successes.
She seems to be saying it she seems very compassionate about people who were forced to be homeless or struggling.
Have you ever been homeless?
She just gives a small shake of her head no.
Are they still standing really close together?
Well, I haven't said that I've moved away, have you?
Nope. Savannah reaches a hand up and gives Alonna kind of she kind of runs her fingers through Alana's hair very gently.
You notice she has a lot of earrings on.
Oh my. Those are pretty.
Thank you. I made them myself.
Oh, you make jewelry.
She has a slight smile and nods.
That's awesome. Oh. I'll have to ask. But, are you looking for work?
She kind of cocks her head, slightly like curious or confused. She's not entirely sure which. Maybe she's not entirely sure which.
Well, sometimes we need stuff made for shows, and so I could ask if, you know.
Aye, if you need jewelry of it or any sort of that, I can make it. Or small metalwork items. Anything I can make a mold for.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll make sure that. Yeah.
An extra place to sell my wares. Works for me.
Savannah smiles, and her hand then kind of trails down Alana's shoulder just a little bit.
You'll need to roll perception or alertness touch.
That's a fail.
You don't notice anything.
Um, anyway, well, now you know where I'm at, so.
Aye, I do. That I do.
And she kind of lowers her head a little bit as she says this, but she's saying it very blatantly. I would I wouldn't like it if you came back. So please don't ever come back again. And she says this very coyly, like as if she blatantly is not please roll peony. Okay. Yeah, she means the exact opposite of what she just said.
Of both parts or just the second part?
Both. The whole sentence.
That's on the first half you said.
She said, I wouldn't. She said, I wouldn't want you, or I wouldn't like it if you came back, so please don't ever come back here again. That's what she said.
Is there a reason that you're not just saying what you mean?
Well, where's the fun in that? I mean, sometimes you gotta make people work for stuff,
Work for stuff. Alright, if you say so.
Let's just say, might be a quirk I have.
She kind of narrows her eyes at you. There's still a slight grin on her face. A quirk, you say? Alright. Well, that's how you want to play this. Enjoy your werewolf, sweetie.
She smiles really big at that. Maybe I won't see you at Angarona sometime.
Who knows which way the wind will blow?
Mm-hmm. Well, have a great rest of your evening. Or not. Choice is yours.
You're a curious person. I give you that much.
Does it make you want to keep coming back?
She leans in close, like right to your ear. It reminds me of stories of the fairies from long ago. They say my family may be slightly touched by the blood of the fairies, if such stories are true.
Oh, well, that is a very interesting story indeed, if it is true. Even if it's not, still very interesting. And she leans into your ear and whispers back, maybe we are connected in some way.
Have a wonderful evening, my dear. I'll try and do the same. She gives you a little pat on the cheek.
Savannah as she's giving her the pat on the cheek, Savannah leans in and kisses her on the cheek. It's very sensual.
Lots of willpower to keep her head about her. Alright, so I guess that's the thing then. Have a success on my lip sub. She looks to be a bit flustered and confused. That is what she looks like as she's then making her way towards the door.
Savannah smiles as she notices that she's a bit flustered and confused, meaning that she has done her job well this evening, and she hopes that she will see more of Alonna, the probably not werewolf. And she locks the door behind Alonna as she leaves, after she leaves.
And Alonna will make her way very carefully back home.
And that is where this little scene will come to an end. Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching.